think Springfield is one of the most overlooked neighborhoods in Jacksonville, but that doesn't mean it's right for everyone. It has incredible homes, a strong community, and substantial investment happening in and around it. But it's also a neighborhood you need to understand before you buy, not one you choose based on a beautifully renovated home you found online. In this video, I'm going to give you an honest look at Springfield, where it is in its transformation, what you can get for your money, the concerns buyers still have, and how to decide whether or not it belongs on your list. I'm Jessica Gregory, a local realtor who focuses on the historic neighborhoods in Jacksonville, including Springfield. And these are the things I would want you to know before you choose to buy in the area. Springfield sits immediately north of downtown Jacksonville. It's one of the city's oldest neighborhoods and one of our primary historic districts. After the Great Fire of 1901 destroyed much of downtown Jacksonville, Springfield became one of the hottest neighborhoods. You can still see that in the history and the architecture. It's mostly comprised of grand two-story homes with large front porches and original woodwork, and streets that look very different than many of the other Jacksonville developments. Over the last few decades, residents and investors have restored homes, new homes have been built in mostly vacant lots, and businesses have returned primarily on Main Street. And here's the thing, Springfield is not a completely polished historic district where every house and every block has been completely restored. It is still evolving, and that is an important part of both its appeal and its risk. Is Springfield safe? Well, there's no one-word answer for that. I know I may sound like a realtor, avoiding the actual question, but let me explain what I mean by that. People use the word safe to describe several different concerns. One buyer might be concerned about package theft, car break-ins, or walking their dog alone at night. Another might be worried about violent crime. Someone else may simply be asking, will I feel comfortable here? Those questions require more than one statistic. Start with checking out Jacksonville Sheriff's Office crime map and search the specific address you're considering. Look at the types of reported incidents that have occurred over the last year or so. A general zip code rating won't give you all the information you need. Springfield can feel different block by block. If you're local, I highly recommend going different times of day, morning, evening, and also driving the route that you would normally use. Don't just tour the house, get back in the car and leave. Walk the area, pay attention to how you feel. If you see neighbors outside, stop and ask them how they like living in the neighborhood. What's changed? What do they wish they had known before moving? I can't tell you what your comfort level should be. My job is to make sure you have all the right information so you can make that decision yourself. While statistics are important, they won't completely explain what Springfield feels like. This is a very visible and involved community. Front porches are part of the culture, not just an architectural feature. You'll see neighbors out walking dogs, riding bikes, gathering at local businesses, and participating in community events. Porch Fest is probably one of the best examples. Musicians perform from residents' porches, streets fill with people, and the neighborhood itself becomes the venue. Springfield also has Main Street, Klutho Park, restaurants, and an active preservation organization. Many residents have spent years restoring their homes and building the community. But I don't want to romanticize it. There are still many vacant lots, properties that still need quite a bit of work, and commercial areas that have not fully developed yet. Depending on where you're coming from, Springfield may feel exciting and authentic, or less predictable than what you want. And that reaction is useful information. You don't need somebody else to convince you whether you should or should not feel comfortable here. One reason I think Springfield is worth considering is that investment isn't limited to just residential housing. At the northern end of the area, the Phoenix Arts and Innovation District is converting former industrial buildings into creative workspaces, event venues, and community space. Its first phase represents approximately $38 million in adaptive reuse funds, and the developer has plans for a much larger long-term vision that could include housing and additional construction. The first renovated building, Emerald Station, opened in 2024, and the first restaurant just opened summer of 2026. Those future projections are plans, but there's already tangible work happening. South of Springfield, downtown's North Core is already seeing significant development through Pearl Square. That project is planned to bring over 1,250 residents into the area, retail, restaurants, and a future Publix grocery store, to an area that's historically created a disconnect between Springfield and downtown. The first apartment will open in Pearl Square in the fall of 2026. Again, all of that won't happen overnight, but construction is definitely underway. And then there's Swisher, which has been headquartered in Springfield for over a century. The company announced $135 million expansion of its Jacksonville's manufacturing operation. And and it's expected to create 240 jobs by the end of 2027. And why does that matter to a home buyer? Because Springfield isn't sitting in isolation. There's significant in private and public investment to the north, the south, and within the neighborhood itself. Now, none of that guarantees that home values will rise. I would never recommend that you buy a house solely based on proposed development, but it does provide context. Serious money is being dedicated to that part of Jacksonville. From a real estate perspective, Springfield can offer something that is hard to come by in Riverside and Avondale, and that's substantial architecture at a comparatively accessible price. Depending on your budget, you might find a renovated home, one that still needs work, or a newly built infill home on a vacant lot. But less expensive doesn't automatically mean a better investment. With a historic home, you need to understand the electric system, the roofing, the plumbing, the insurance eligibility, the foundation, and the quality of the renovations. A beautiful kitchen and fresh paint can distract buyers from really expensive issues that can't easily be seen underneath the house or within the walls. With a new infill home, you're able to avoid some of the immediate age-related concerns, but you still need to evaluate construction quality, location, and resale value of the home. You also need to understand historic district requirements before you alter a porch, change out the windows, or change the exterior. Springfield, I would make the decision property by property. What are you buying? What condition is it in? What's the location? What surrounds it? And how long do you expect to own it? So should Springfield be on your list? If you value historic architecture, front porch culture, proximity to downtown, and an active community, and you're comfortable with a neighborhood that's still evolving, absolutely this should be on your list. If you want a highly predictable neighborhood, uniform housing, and an area that already feels completely finished, this may not be right for you. And is Springfield safe? Don't let somebody else answer that question for you based on a memory from 20 years ago or based on one afternoon of looking at renovated houses. Review the information that's available to you. Visit the house more than once. Take a look at the area beyond the house itself. Pay attention to how the neighborhood feels to you and decide if the trade-offs align with the way you want to live. If you're moving to Jacksonville and trying to compare Springfield with Riverside, Avondale, Murray Hill, or San Marco, reach out. I can help you understand not just what houses look like online, but what you're really choosing between. Let me know in the comments. Would the investment happening around Springfield make you more likely to consider it, or would you still have concerns?